Hello guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Trending This Week on XtraO TV with your homeboy Dempsey GH and my queen
Jamie Chris.
Yes, on this week's episode we serve you stories straight from South Africa to Zimbabwe and back home to Ghana.
In our stories, as I was at Billboard, so you know we are going to talk Billboard, but we are talking red carpet. And also in Zimbabwe, a school is accepting livestock and other things for tuition fee.
Of course.
And South Africa to host Mr. Gere World on Friday, 4th May, and also Owusu Bempah's junior pastor had a prophecy about Nana Ama Mcbrown losing her newly born baby. We are going to get into all the stories real quick. Hello guys, I'm here to give you an announcement that we are coming up with a new segment on XtraO channel, and it is called Free Your Mind. Just as the name goes, it is going to be a segment where we give you, our viewers, the chance to free your mind on any topic. It can be political, it can be social, it can be anything. Record yourself in an at most a 2 minutes video telling us what is on your mind, and WhatsApp it to our WhatsApp number 020-265-7026, and we will take it from there.
Welcome back guys. Before we jump into our first story, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. In our first story,
now South Africa has hosted the 2019 Mr. Gere World. Yeah, you heard right. And it was held on Friday, May 4th at the City Hall in Cape Town. Now they had to host it after China had to pull out because their government has halted all events on the LGBT community. Well, the contestants are said to have arrived in South Africa on 28th of April. Yeah, and the president of South Africa welcomed them with open arms. Well, you know, South Africa is one of the countries that has legalized gayism, so they had no problem hosting the event. When it comes to gay and lesbians, I mean, I don't know what to say, because
it's not you per se,
it
but
gives me a mixed feeling.
Africa actually has that frown on it, but South Africa is one country that opens door to everybody,
a whole lot of things.
So I was not shocked at all seeing them hosting this.
But I didn't
just
know.
The patronage, I'm a bit worried.
So apparently 24 men are contesting for the crown.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's just move on from the story.
Yes. So moving on straight to our next story.
Yeah.
We are leaving from South Africa to Zimbabwe, where the education minister says if you don't have money to pay for tuition and you have a livestock, a goat or a sheep, you can bring it in place of money.
Well, according to him, if you also don't have livestock, but you know you have like, you are good with something like maybe construction job, you can come to the school, come and help her do something in payment of the tuition fee. So if the tuition fee is like 100 cedis, you can come and do something to pay up.
Yeah. I think in a way it's a nice idea for people who actually don't have money but are skilled, so that they can use their skill to help them pay. Go to school and pay their tuition.
It's a good one in order for parents to give their children education. But what I don't like about is this as a publication. It doesn't speak well of Africa. It's like a party made for us. Like in 21st century.
How does the message go out there if they don't send it across?
Why are you sending the message across?
The minister
it's
was
not like anybody is going to go to school in Zimbabwe from Africa, from Ghana, or from Nigeria.
People do. I know. I have a friend who.
I'm not sure this is like a university. I'm sure it's like basic school, basic education.
They didn't emphasize, but generalize the whole thing for education in Zimbabwe. So it could cover up university bills.
I think it's bad image for Africa, because I mean, come on, do you think in the West they don't have, you know, a whole lot of bad things going on, but they don't put it in the news?
You are right.
Mostly they put the positive things. So why can't we just project the positive things?
You are very right, but my problem is if
they
the
could
minister
have just made the
hadn't-
headline that minister brings out good initiative in order for children to be able to go to school.
Sure. So Zimbabwe.
And we hope that whilst they are doing this, there are good infrastructures also in place so that if there are more kids coming to school, it will be able to,
Sure.
cater for all of that.
In our next story, Owusu Bempah's junior pastor, Nana Ama Mcbrown, prophesied about Nana Ama Mcbrown's newly born baby to have been dead in her arms. Really?
He didn't really say the baby is dead.
Okay.
He said he saw something die in Nanama's arms.
Arms.
Well, and people are saying, what the hell? Right?
No. What? Okay. Nana Ama, we don't know Nana Ama to be a livestock seller, whereby there will be maybe a goat or a sheep in her arms. We all know her to have
She just had a baby.
Yes.
But you know what baffles me? Now, after all the bashing Ghanaians gave to him, you know how we love Nana Ama, yeah? And we were not here for all this.
No, not
Why
at
is
all.
it that every time they prophesy,
It's death.
It's
Death.
death. They don't say we've seen people getting money or people,
Contract, traveling.
good things. It's always somebody has died, somebody's in an accident and all that. Now, after all the bashing, he's saying sorry.
For what?
And what I don't get is if it is a prophecy.
A good one, of course.
A prophecy. How do you say sorry?
Sorry, yes.
About that? Like, sorry for bringing it to the public or sorry for for saying it.
They are just hungry for fame. They want a story that will carry them to the limelight. I don't know.
And if this is
this innocent
real,
baby,
it is somebody's child. How do you even come out to say something like this?
They don't record or they don't include people's feelings to what they will say.
Like,
come on.
I don't know what was he
pathetic.
expecting when he came to say that Nana Ama will rise to the church and go and give them offerings.
Why don't you just call Nana Ama and
God
the husband?
forbid, Krampo, that anything like
on,
that will ever happen to
like
Nana Ama's child.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I'm sure the mother is praying so hard.
Yes.
So that she can cover her child by the power of God.
And Nana too, we are solidly behind you.
We pray
Your baby is strong. Nothing will happen to
and we will see her live a good life. So now moving on to our next story. While some pastors like to give the prophecy and say they are sorry about it, others are actually doing something good for their congregation.
Yes.
If you are a food lover, we are sure you would love to visit this pastor in his church. He is in the name of Reverend Prophet Isiama of the Universal Spiritual Outreach. Now, in Prophet Isiama's church, he actually cooks and serves it to his church members
every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Even during Christmas, he was sharing jollof and everything. But this time, what has taken him viral is he shared fufu and goat meat in his church. Goat meat, goat meat in his church to the church members.
Yes, a he-goat.
And it has caused an uproar on the internet with everybody saying, okay, who is this pastor now?
I need to visit the church.
He's doing good. I think it's a good one. According to him, he's doing it so that it will motivate members to come to church
every Sunday.
And we hope that as he's giving them something, they're feeding the body, he's feeding their soul as well, and giving them good preachings and everything.
Yeah.
But it is good that he's actually thinking of what they will eat, because somebody comes to church, they don't have a dime, but they come to church anyways, and then sometimes other pastors will be collecting huge sums of money.
Sometimes I know people who complain, Charlie, today I don't get money to go church, or I don't get money go pay collection.
Why didn't you go to church?
So some people even don't have food to eat to church, and some church service to have long period of services. It's one good initiative that I think after service then
they said he shares the food before and after church service, and he encourages
so
them.
Before you enter the church, Charlie,
if you've not eaten, you can take your breakfast. Yes. If you are late and you missed breakfast after church, there is still food for you to eat, and this is a very good one. Well, they say next week he's sharing Omutu, and it's my favorite. So it looks like next week I'm gonna have to look for Universal Spiritual Outreach.
Our producer is ready to go to church this Sunday.
And go visit Reverend Isiama so that we can have a feel of the Omutu. So, if you're looking for a church that motivates, I think maybe you should go. So, kudos to Reverend Isiama on this very good initiative. We are moving on to our next story, and we are talking the Adenta Medina footbridge? Well, it will be remembered that somewhere last year, the residents of Adenta and Medina held a huge demonstration that went viral in the whole country after a student was knocked down by a car. Well, people were being knocked down on the Medina Adenta stretch a lot of times because of the absence of footbridge. They had to be crossing all these double roads. So it was terrible, and the residents said they've had enough
of it.
At the time, constructions were about to go on for the footbridge, but it was delayed forever. It had taken over a year to start this construction, and residents were tired of, the government neglecting the work. So after the serious demonstration, the government, decided to do the needful. Now, one of the footbridges are almost done, and one of the footbridges has got Ghanaians talking. Like, it looks like a maze, like a puzzle that needs to be solved. Why? I don't get it. Every time I see it, I don't get it. And now Ghanaians have seen it, because people don't get it too. So they, pictures are circulating the internet, and we are wondering, what is this?
Well, to my understanding, you could see they were trying to make it very useful to disabled people too. That's why.
So if disabled, do you know that some of the disabled people push themselves?
Of course.
The person is going to have to push here, come here, push there,
it would
come there before they get down.
I think for the disabled reason. So I'm kind of agree with how it looks.
I know that they need to take them into consideration, but to me, I still think, even if it's for the disabled, it's too much work for them.
So we are moving on to our next story.
Yeah.
Where our Miss Malaika Evelina, she took to Twitter last week to post that she wanted to die, but she thinks about the mother a lot.
Yeah.
She's dead.
In the tweets, she has made it known that she's on drugs. She actually said
she took
in some tweets that she's taking some drugs, and she had to resort to taking drugs, which she sometimes end up abusing the tablets. And in other tweets, she has talked about being high and all that. So it looks like she needs serious help right now. She needs serious help. If the family are not focusing on her, they should focus on her a little bit more, because these girls always need help. And we don't really know what exactly.
Death for yourself is that serious.
It is serious, and we don't know what has exactly triggered her to be doing all this. I always say people go through a whole lot of things that they don't talk about.
Of course,
they can't talk about. So
the brave ones come out with them.
Even if you don't have to come out, there should be a person or two persons that this person trusts enough to confide in. So I think, we need we should be able to talk more to people. Then we really hope she gets help. Because if she's making suicide threats and being on drugs, she's too young to be feeling all that. We hope Evelyn will really get help and become a better person that she really actually wants to be.